Merry meet and welcome. Welcome to the realms of mysticism, the occult, and magic, where your possibilities are only limited by your imagination. Welcome to the witch's cauldron and discover the knowledge you seek. Gather round the cauldron and even stay for a spell. Brightest blessings to you. Merry meet and welcome to the Witch's Cauldron. My name's Paula. Today's video is about the full super moon that will occur in Scorpio on April the 26th or 27th, depending on where you're located in the world. What does a full super moon even mean? Supermoon is either a new or full moon that occurs when the moon is within 90% of perigee, or in other words, its closest approach to Earth. And that's kind of how NASA defines it. The actual full supermoon will occur on April 26th in the U.S. at 8:31 Pacific Daylight Saving Time, which would be 11:31 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Eastern Daylight Saving Time is 4 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time, which would make it at 3:31 a.m. GMT, and I believe at 4:31 a.m. On the 27th in the UK. So you can kind of figure out from Greenwich Mean where you are and when the full supermoon will occur. Now remember that the energy of a full moon is effective the night before, the night of, and the night after. Okay, so you can play upon that energy depending on what you have going on, what your intent is during that period of time, okay? But the actual full supermoon will occur, as I said, on the 26th at 11:31 Eastern Daylight Savings Time in the U.S. or at 3:31 a.m. on the 27th Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, so now that we have that all straightened up, if you hear something in the background and it bothers you, just click off now. I have a blind foster puppy that is playing right now. She has been plagued with seizures the last week, and she is feeling herself and feeling like a puppy today. So if that noise bothers you, click off now. I can recommend another astrology video for you to go and watch if you want. No harm, no foul, but you know what? She's more important to me, okay? In the build-up to this full supermoon, we have to remember back to what's been going on for, the last several months. It has been a jam-packed astrology season for over a year, okay? In general, supermoons are full moons amped up, okay? This is when the moon is its closest to Earth in its orbit, okay? This typically, regular full moons can affect emotions, everything like that. So just think about the old reference from Spinal Tap. Instead of that Marshall stack being turned up to 10, you turn it up to 11 because it's there. Everything is going to be amped up emotion-wise. There is also a very strong gravitational pull against the Earth's tectonic plates. And you can see that evidence by what's been going on around the world the last couple of weeks as we are building between the last month that was also a full supermoon to this month, and next month will be a full supermoon as well. So there is debate whether or not the one in March was a full supermoon. I considered it a full supermoon. That is me. You can have a differing opinion. That's okay. That's what makes the world go round. The influence of the sign of Scorpio. This is the fixed water sign, okay? Water is all about emotions and intuition and mystery and things of that nature. Scorpio is the most sexual of the zodiac signs. So go run with that, whatever you may want. There will be, at the time of the supermoon, there will be 7 planets that are in fixed signs. Now, as a refresher, the 4 fixed signs are Taurus, which is the element of earth. Okay, so that has to do with your wealth, your home, your career, your finances, things of that nature, abundance. Leo, which is the fire element, and that's passion and drive, your get up and go. Scorpio, which is the water sign, which is about your emotions. And then Aquarius, which is air, which is about creativity, communication, things of that nature. So just keep that in mind. With them being in those fixed signs can mean I'm a Leo, so I know that I am hot-tempered sometimes. I am stubborn. If you tell me I can't do something, I will probably almost kill myself in the process of proving you wrong. And that's not exactly one of the most desirable traits in the world, but it is a Leo trait. Just like, Taurus can be very stubborn. Scorpio can be very hypersexualized and very vocal with their emotions, and Aquarius can just rip you to shreds with their words because they are in that fixed sign. The moon will be in Scorpio, okay? And it will be square Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn is square the planets that are in Taurus, which is Mercury, the Sun, and Venus, and on the 20th, Black Moon Lilith. All of those planets are in opposition of the full moon in Scorpio. If you recall, Saturn is square Uranus. So this is a fight between the old and the new, control versus freedom. You see that going on a lot right now throughout the world. This is a very intense time. This is kind of like the bull in Taurus locking horns, okay? This is a time where there's a lot of us versus them. And this is a time of pretty significant divides, and this is across the world. This just isn't in the United States. It's across the world. Everything right now is just amped up. Like I said, it's on 11 instead of 10. Taurus, as a sign where the sun is now, can influence things like currency, banking, finance, and the stock market. Taurus is also the ruler over your body, okay? Taurus, because it is affiliated with that earth energy, there can also be an increase in seismic activity through earthquakes and volcanic activity, as we've seen. There's been a growing shift, okay, in the plates. This is also a time where there is an energy of something has to give, okay? And this is not only referring to the tectonic plates and the pressure building, okay, but it's also something has to give with our interactions with between humans. Areas that can be of particular impact during this phase, during this part, can be run like basically kind of like north-south through Brazil, Vancouver, northwestern Canada, around to Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, Greece, Eastern Africa, Japan, Eastern Indonesia, and Central Australia. These areas can kind of be in the spotlight. So it would not surprise me one bit if we have some earthquakes up in the Pacific Northwest of the US and into Canada, or to have some more seismic activity in Indonesia and in Japan in that area. And again, with Scandinavia figuring into it, there is currently, a volcano erupting right now up in Iceland. And as a matter of fact, going over this, I'm going to insert a map here to show you on the 18th of April where the volcanic eruptions were in the world. And you can kind of see that it's following that north-south angular that I just spoke about, okay? Now, let's move on from the effects of Taurus to the effects of Scorpio, having the moon be in Scorpio. Scorpio is all about secrets, okay, right now. And this is going to be a time when these secrets are going to come out. And this is going to put like the rich and the powerful into spotlight, having their secrets come out. Financial secrets, sexual secrets like scandals of affairs and things like that. You're probably going to see more of that coming out within the next week or so, because the full super moon shines a light on the dark corners, okay? It illuminates and brings those secrets out. On the 27th of April, just after the actual full moon, Pluto goes into, some people call it stationary retrograde. I call it retrograde storm, where it slows to the stop. It sits there for a bit to then start its retrograde transit. Pluto also rules Scorpio. So this is about, again, Pluto is about secrets and power and control. There is also, the full moon will also be conjunct a fixed star called Kambalia. And Kambalia is a planet of powerful secrets, okay? And it's also about ancient secret knowledge, okay? So this is the time for those of us who follow an alternative earth religion path, or a witchcraft or occult path, to invoke those ancient secret powers. And especially, this is a fantastic time to have intent for things that will be for the good of all. Okay, take the focus off the individual and focus your intent on the good of all. Not saying that you can't do anything to help yourself, because we all need, a little oomph every once in a while. This influence of Kambalia can be for good or ill, okay? And with the other planetary alignments, it puts the focus for this power of the ancient secrets for the better of humanity, okay? To have a larger purpose than the self. In my last video, I talked about the influence of Uranus in Taurus. Uranus being a new energy, Taurus being the earth energy. There is going, and it's going to be there until 2026. There's still potential for disruption to the world's food chain. And it's also a really good time for you to start making preparations and, you know, as you can, putting aside a few things of shelf stable foods, etc., for your family, and, you know, dry goods, etc. This is a great time over the summer if you're going to have a garden to then dehydrate, can, and preserve. If you can plant a little extra, to then lay stuff aside and save it for possible interruptions to the food chain over the next 5 years. Right now, a lot of folks, and in general, these alignments are having the effect of feeling overwhelmed, increased anxiety, conflict. It is extremely important for everyone, before you start doing your magical workings, to take a moment, ground and center, draw in that sacred breath, really connect, ground yourself down. Don't forget to ground excess energy after your full moon ritual. This is a super moon, so you're going to be supercharged. And again, this is also another time where the best way to raise and release energy is going to be through a physical act, whether it's laughing, singing, dancing, sex, you know, whatever. That physical raising of energy is probably the best way for you to raise and release energy for your intent, rather than using, you know, the old standby of visualization, okay? It's also going to be helpful if, when you're feeling completely overwhelmed, to take time to dance, sing, laugh, have a good giggle, take that sacred breath to ground yourself, because things are going to be out of kilter for most of 2021. We're going to maybe start seeing a little bit of recovery the end of October-ish, but things are going to be kind of out of whack still for several months to come. So that, you know, continued anxiety, feeling overwhelmed can be an issue for a lot of folks this year in general. So just, you know, make a mental note to yourself to try and stay grounded. Take a couple of minutes a day to just sit, quiet your mind, and connect with those energies that you call upon, okay? So with it, the best themes right now, the key words are intensity, rebellions, being revolutionary. And I don't mean necessarily like revolutionary overthrowing everything, but like revolutionary as in being innovative. People can be very, very assertive. They can be overly assertive. It can also be a great time of awakening, because secrets will be revealed. And it's not even secrets on the world stage. You can have your own personal kind of epiphany with secrets being revealed to you about things that are impacting your life in whatever area, especially home, family, and love relationships, and your finances. Okay, so with that, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share it out. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel before you leave and consider becoming a member of our little Cauldron Coven. There is a link in the description box to what membership entails, and it includes things like early access to videos like this one, and also having access to spells and rituals that I post to my members that are straight out of my Book of Shadows. So if that sounds like something that would interest you, please join us and become a member of our Cauldron Coven. So with that, my friends, merry we did meet, merry we will part until we merry meet again. Be well and walk in love and light, everybody. Bye.